What's up guys, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, and this is one of the later parts of this mini bike. What I plan to do today is remove everything off this bike, re-weld some of the spaces, clean up everything, then we're gonna apply some primer, paint, let it all dry, and then reassemble the mini bike and have it completely done. Everything on this bike works 100% correctly and the way it should. I've taken it out a few times and it's a blast to ride. So let's get straight into it and remove everything off this bike. Okay guys, so right now in front of me I've got the bike completely taken off all the equipment, like the engine, everything. So what I'm going to do right now is inspect every single weld. If there's some welds I need to redo, make them look better. Like this brake mount over here isn't fully welded on. Only got to do one side because everything was still on it. So I still have to clean this up. There's a sharp edge down here for the spring. I need to clean that up. So there is a little bit of work. I need to cut this old chain tensioner location. There's the new one. I need to grind everything down, get the sanding disc, sand everything down, make sure there's no rust, and do that for both the forks in here. Forks, the welds here don't look too good, and they might not be holding too well. Over here, same issue. So I'm gonna have to do some welding and making sure everything is safe and good to use. Now that I'm done welding this and also that, I'm going to use the disc on the angle grinder, the sharp one, and clean everything. Like there's a lot of dust and like dirt and stuff like that. Clean everything, make everything shiny, and then use the grinding disc, which is this fat one, and get rid of any sharp edges or uneven surfaces. Alright guys, so right now I've brought my primer. It's in a can, so we're going to have to use a brush to paint it. I've cleaned this, washed it with soap and water. This thing is shiny and spotless. Now we're just going to apply a lot of primer everywhere. Then we'll do the forks. Then we'll let it sit out, dry. And then when it dries up, maybe in a day or so, then we can apply some paint. So guys, my camera did die filming the last scene, but it's the next day. I finished the primer and it's completely dry. So this is what it looks like. It was white primer. I think I did a pretty decent job, especially with such a small brush. It's all dry. It looks pretty nice. So my plan for right now is I'm gonna hang it on the roof and then we can spray paint it. The color I got was this. I think red would look extremely nice, and it would also contrast with a lot of the black because the engine's black, the wheels and tires, the rims, everything else is black. So let's get this all hung up and then we can start painting. Alright guys, this is basically my setup. I have the forks hanging from the top of this garage mount, I guess. So we're going to do the forks first, and then we can just move this on that side, and then we'll start painting the frame. So guys, right now I'll just let that sit for 5 minutes. While I let that sit, I'm gonna go ahead and tape off the parts on the bike frame back there, if you can see. Alright guys, just finished up with the paint job. Just look at this red. It actually looks so nice. And it's really glossy and shiny, which I really like. It's not matte, Like this one on the table, I don't know, it turned out to be matte, but this is actually a shiny glossy red, which I really like. So I just got the frame hooked up. It actually weighs quite a bit. I don't know how much it weighs. We'll weigh after the paint dries, but for now this thing is up here hanging by the head tube and the seat. So now I'll put the camera up there and I'll spray paint. Okay guys, so right now I'm going to remove this tape. It's been 48 hours, this paint is dry and it's extremely flashy and shiny. After that we can assemble everything. The forks are fine, they're over there, the engine, tires. Okay guys, the mini bike has fully dried up and now it's time to reassemble it. The paint came out pretty nice, even the back is really nice. The only issue I have is that, I don't know, when I took the tape off, some of the paint just came right off, which sucks. Just on this place, and I don't know why that happened. I let it fully dry before I put the tape on, but I really don't know why this has happened. I might, once I'm done installing everything, might as well just go with a few little spurts of spray and just paint it right back up, but that's what I'm going to do for then. But for now, let's go ahead and assemble this bike. First step to assembly is the forks. The reason I'm going to do the forks is before I even started this, I had some issues with the forks not being firm. They'd move a little bit and that's not good. So I'm going to try to fill this front tube up and just try to make it as stiff as I can and as sturdy as I can. So guys, to fix the forks, I added this rubber and this different type of washer underneath, and that doesn't allow this to move back and forth, only left and right like it's supposed to. Just like that. So the next step I want to do right now is install the front wheel, and then we're going to move on to the rear tire and the engine. So I just mounted the front tire on. It really looks nice with this red frame and the black accents. I also got the kickstand on. So far we're doing pretty good. Now I gotta do the engine. So as of right now, you got the front tire on, spins freely and well. I also just finished up bolting this engine. I bolted it very lightly. It can freely move, so when I have the chain we can tension, get everything right on. So now without wasting any time, let's go work on the back wheel. This thing is actually looking so nice. Got everything on, engine is fully bolted, chain is tensioned, throttle is on, just need the brakes. Brakes are a bit of a work, but let me just do them quick right now, and then I'm gonna go for a test ride. The red looks so nice. The red paint job, it's actually way better than I thought. So yeah, let's go ahead and get the brakes on. Alright guys, so now I just finished up putting these brakes on. They work fine, and yeah, that's about it. These brakes work fine. I've test drive it in a bit. The test drive video is not out yet, but I've used it. They work fine. So that's a wrap for this week's video, and now this bike is all complete. So if you guys enjoyed this one, give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe.